Hey everybody, it's Timmy here. I am so excited to come to you live again this week to do another Chalk Couture project. We're a day later than normal just because we had a great holiday celebration yesterday. I hope you had a wonderful 4th of July and you got a chance to relax and enjoy your family and spend some time together. I'm really excited to be able to do this project with you here tonight because we are going to be showing you one of the brand new transfers that were just released on July 2nd. And I see we got some visitors in here today. So Allie, nice to see you. Thanks for watching. Make sure you say hi. And if you want to know if I'm going live again, you can go ahead and subscribe so that next time I go live, you'll be notified automatically. And I'm just going to pull up my iPad. Hey, Shelly, nice to talk to you. So glad you made it. Oh, Allie, Timmy's good. It's been a long time. It was so nice to see you the other day. It was great to be able to meet your fiance. It's so exciting. All that good stuff's happening. So as I said, we're going to be doing our new transfer, one of the new transfers from our catalog that just released. Sorry, I'm going to look at see if I can get my iPad here to behave itself so I can see the comments that you guys are making as we're going along. Just give me a sec here. If you are watching the replay, please be sure to say hi as well and let us know where you're coming in from. It's always fun to see how far and wide our lives go. And I should be seeing my notification. Actually, great. All right, awesome. All right, good. I see me. I think I'm actually the right way, so that's good. And as I said, tonight we're going to be working on our new transfer. This is the You Are My Sunshine. It's really big, as you can see. And we're going to actually be working on a little different medium tonight. We're actually going to be utilizing this frame that I had in the house. This was actually an old frame that I had gotten tired of using, and I actually took out the insert where the pictures go and backed it with burlap. So you can see some burlap here, and what we're going to do is we're going to actually chalk right on the surface of the glass of the frame. So what's cool about that is, as you know, it's going to dry hard and it's going to stay permanent unless you want to wash it off to add a new design again later. So I just thought this sunflower thing would work really great with this burlap backing. So that's what we're going to try today. So first thing, as you know, we're going to take our transfer here and get it cut up. You'll see that there are lines here in the transfer that just gives you the places where you want to cut along so that you're working with smaller pieces. And this is actually going to have a little bit of a layering because we're going to have 2 layers of the flower that we're going to be working on. And then we'll add in the stem and then the words. There we go. Pull that right out of that sticky container. Now, if you're working at home and you're getting a transfer like this, we definitely would recommend that once you cut this up, that you just put a notation on the back of the transfer to let you know that that is the back side, because once we use it, we can go ahead and clean it up and then put it back on the white backer, and that will allow you to be able to keep your transfer so that you can use it over and over again. So one of the things that I like most about using Chalk Couture is that it's really incredibly versatile, and you can use these adhesive back transfers, silkscreen transfers, on pretty much any surface. So if you can see behind me, I actually chalked my wall. That is chalk. I actually had a frame that I found at a local flea market a few months ago, and the frame was beautiful. I didn't really love the insert, so I took the insert out and just used that beautiful green frame to put on the wall, and I chalked where the space was. So one of the things that I really like is going out and finding found items and repurposing them a little bit. So this is an example of that repurposing. This frame here that we're going to be using today. So I'm going to stop looking at me and I'm going to bring it down here so that you can see the project as we're working on it. Let's see, hopefully we're going to make sure that you can see all of that. I might need to just move and reorganize here a bit. So the flower, now what's tricky about sunflowers, right, is that there are some beautiful colors of sunflowers. And I had to decide what color my sunflower was going to be today. So I have decided to go with a brighter yellow. This is actually our school bus yellow, and this is the lemon yellow. So we're going to use those two as our sunflower colors. But we have all sorts of beautiful colors available in our chalk paste. Matter of fact, we came out with 29 new beautiful chalk paste colors recently. And so you'll definitely have your pick of some beautiful colors should you decide you want to play around with this. We're going to use our new garden herb green. It's kind of similar to the evergreen that we currently have, or that we did have. I think both are still available right now. And then of course we're going to use our white. So before I dive in and get these started, I just want to make sure that I'm going to have enough space for everything, because this is a pretty good size transfer. So this is going to be our first piece that's going to go on top and on the bottom, and then this is going to go on top. And then we've got our stem. So just so I have a sense of where my words may or may not fit, it'll be something like that. And you are my, and sunshine should be able to go right there. All right, so that's my game plan. Let's see if that works out for us. Now, because we are working on glass, you want to make sure that you really fuzz your transfer well, because this glass is slippery, and you want to make sure that it's not going to be too tough to get your transfer off the surface that you just chalked on. So now I know Shelly, when we chatted, you had gotten a Try Me kit, and we're talking a little bit about how you're still working on kind of getting it just perfect. One of the things that certainly is a little tricky this time of year is that it's really hot out, and that actually makes our chalk paste dry up a little bit faster than it would on a not hot day. So if you're working in a space that's kind of warm, just keep that in mind, because it's really, 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 this heat is really causing a lot of ruckus on the chalk paste, just in terms of it drying really fast. So what that means is that you just need to work a little bit quicker. So because this is a brand new transfer, it's pretty sticky, I am going to give this a really good fuzz. Now I have just a towel here. That's what I'm using to fuzz. A nice clean towel will be fine. Some people use their pants or their shirts. It's fine. You can use any of those that you want. I'm going to give that one more chance to just fuzz, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to open up our chalk paste, and I think we're going to go with the brighter yellow on the bottom, and on the top we're going to go with this school bus yellow, which, by the way, this, as I said, is out of stock currently. This color actually is gone altogether. It's retired, but a new one called Marigold is coming in that's very similar. So if you like this color, look for the Marigold. Now, as you know, when you first open up your paste, you just want to make sure you give it a good stir and make sure that you get all of the paste along the sides mixed in, so it's like yogurt consistency. Now, one thing I didn't do before I started was to actually grab a paper towel here. So let me do that, so I have somewhere to put my dirties. I do have a pan of water off to the side too, which will help a bit. Now, as you know, we have a couple of different options in terms of applying the paste. And we actually have come out with some brand new options that I wanted to share with you. So this is our Squeegee. This may look a little bit different than the one we've used in the past if you've watched my lives before. Here's the old one in this hand, and this is the new one. The big difference, as you can see, is that the new one is actually vertical, up and down, which is quite nice because it'll make it a lot easier to stick it right into the jar and do your work. The other one did fit in the jar, but not quite as easily, and you probably remember me talking about how oftentimes I would cut my squeegees to be able to fit better. So no longer needing to cut them, and if I do have detail work I need to do, I can grab this new multi-tool that we just came out with. So this is great for doing more detailed or delicate work. And this end is also really great for stirring up those chalk paste jars and getting all of that goodness off. Now the other thing that we won't be using today, but in case you see it in the catalog, is this handled squeegee. And I actually just used it today for the first time, and I wasn't really sure I was gonna like it, but I think I'm totally in love. I bet part of you are wondering if can you chalk right on the burlap instead of on the glass if you wanted to, and the answer is absolutely yes. In a little bit, I'll show you something I actually just did with the big squeegee on a big burlap memo board that I found. So yes, you can absolutely do that, and chalk or ink would work fine, but chalk definitely has a really nice use on the burlap, so feel free. Well, Shelly, I know exactly how you feel. I am totally excited about all this as well. I got my hands on it once and I just could not stop. It is just that much fun. Now, you know what I did, I kind of estimated, and then I had to, if you notice, I had to move around where I was going to put stuff to make sure my words were going to fit. So let me just kind of place those up here. We're not going to use them quite yet, but just make sure we have enough room when I put my flower down here. All right, I'm thinking right about there. Now, if my flower is too far down and my stem doesn't fit, it's not really too big of a deal, because we can just stop the stem. Although it looks, we can stop it right here. We don't have to finish it off if we don't want to. So we're going to place this down. And I want to make sure y'all can see that. Can you see that pretty well? Okay, good. And remember, just give it a nice smooth. Make sure we don't have any bubbles. You can hear me rubbing that. Simple, simple. Here we go. We got our great little new squeegee here. And I think that might be my dog wanting to come in to visit. I think she just felt the door being in trouble and she's going to knock. So we will let her in just a sec. Now notice I don't need to do the center because there's no negative space there that we need to cover. So no sense wasting any of that precious chalk paste. As you know, a little goes a long way. Can you hear? That's Zoe. She wants to come in and play, and the door's blocked, so she's trying to knock. Once I lift this up, I'll go give her a chance to come on in. Oh, I think she found her way. She didn't need me. Oh, nope, she didn't. All right, there we go. I don't know, do you guys have pets? They seem to have a mind of their own, and they want to come and they want to come. Here you go, come on in, say hello. You probably can't see her, she's on the ground, but that's Zoe. And then we're just gonna lift this up. And just to make sure that you don't stretch your transfer, you want to pull it off, not on a vertical. So there we go. There is that beautiful bottom of our sunshine and our sunflower. So I'm just sticking my transfer that we just used here in a water bath that I have nearby. And of course, we're gonna want that to dry a little bit. So while it is drying, I'm gonna go ahead and get my next piece here fuzzed. Allie, do you have a cat or a dog? She is a cutie. She's looking very much forward to her other favorite person to come home. My son has been in the military and has been deployed for the last several months, and he's actually coming home to us next week. And Zoe absolutely loves him. So she is going to be thrilled that he is home, and definitely is going to want to play with him. I think he is just as much looking forward to him as well. You want a doggy? What kind, Allie? Do you have one in mind? And where you live, can you have a doggy? That's always the big question of the day, right? All right, so I am just giving our garden herb a stir. This is that beautiful green. And like I said, it's pretty similar to the evergreen that that we have out as well. So you can choose the green that you like the best. Both are still available in the catalog. And these chalk paste, by the way, they retail for $12.99. So they're pretty inexpensive given about how much use you can get out of these bad boys. So you definitely want to make sure that you take it full of use of all of it. And just so that we can hurry the process along here a little, I do have a little hair dryer here. And we just want to make sure that this is dried pretty well so that when we put the next layer on, we won't smudge what we have below. So while we're waiting for that to dry, I'll just go ahead and close up this yellow because we are done with that yellow for the time being. Yeah, this lemon yellow, it's quite pretty. It's very vibrant. And then we're going to use this, as I said, this school bus yellow or the marigold for the next round. And then this green is really pretty as well. All right, so you can see we can just wash off our squeegees here really easily with some water or some Clorox wipes, and they are ready to go. All right, that looks pretty good, so that I think we're safe to go ahead and put our stem down without disturbing too much of our yellow flower. Now I'm a stander when I work, so I am going to, oh, look at that. I think I'm actually going to get this on here just right. So again, just give that little bit of a tap and make sure you got all those bubbles out. The squeegees are also really good for helping you make sure you get all those bubbles away. If you do have bubbles left, then they're going to leave a little bit of a bloop. I don't know how else to say it. A little bloop in your chalk paste. So again, easy, just drag it right through. Consistency is really nice. Makes it really easy. Again, working pretty quickly because you don't want it to dry on you. And pull off any excess. And then just pull up. Gorgeous. That's it. So we're going to give that a little bit of bath here. And I just have a 9x12 pan over here, keeping that nice. Now, it did pull up a little, as you probably saw. I'm not going to worry about it too much because we're going to cover that with the next layer of our flour. So just keep that in mind as you're working. You want to make sure that you are giving it enough time to dry in between. I get impatient. Surprise, surprise, right? And I want to move forward, but you can easily blow dry it or use a heat gun. If you do use either of those things, so just make sure that your surface is dry before you move on to the next area. Shelley, that's a great question. So you were asking about how to store the transfers. So as I mentioned, you want to retain these backers that come with your transfers. And the surface of the transfer has kind of a glossy surface and then a little more dull surface on the back. If you don't want to have to remember that and the difference, you can just write the word back on it before you remove the transfer, and that way you'll know always which side to put it on. Once you've used your transfer, you just want to either wash it under some warm water or put it in a bath and then gently dry it with a little bit of a paper towel and clean both sides with a Clorox wipe. once you've done that, then and you let it dry for a little bit, then you can put it right back on the backer. So you can put it back into that cellophane sleeve that we give you, or you can store them in an artist book or something like that. So that's actually what I do, is I actually don't even keep these backers anymore. I find that it's a lot easier, since I have so many, to just put them right into the artist book that have kind of a plastic insert inside the sleeves, and I actually put them right on the plastic insert. But definitely, if you're not having as many transfers as me yet, the best thing to do is make sure you hold on to your backers and then just put it right back on the backer. And you can reuse our transfers about a dozen times, so lots of different surfaces. Yeah, Allie, you can keep them, like I said, if you take really good care of them, you definitely can get at least a dozen uses out of them, if not more. Hey, Ann, I see you're here. Welcome. All right, so we're getting ready to add in the words here for You Are My Sunshine. And I'm doing that next, only just to give this yellow here a little bit more time to dry. And I am going to get this up pretty high here. Oh, yeah, there we go. And again, just give this a little bit of a press down. And we're done with the green, so I should probably put that away. And we will go ahead with the white. Hey, Paula. Oh, you did order some of those extra transfers, huh? It's so funny. I've had so many over the time, and for a while I was keeping a whole bunch of them in a basket. And recently, honestly, I just threw them all out. Who knew that we were actually going to start selling the backers? Anyway, live and learn, I suppose. All right, so since I didn't clean off my other squeegee here, I'm just going to go ahead and whoop. Did you see I almost went right beyond that transfer? No worries, though. One of the great things about this awesome chalk paste is it can wash off any mistakes. And mistakes definitely do happen, because it's life. That's what happens with life. I'm so glad all of you are here and chatting with me. I love it. All right, awesome. Okay. Pull. You Are My Sunshine. Or I got You Are My. Now we just got to get the sunshine. And since my sunshine is going to probably go over my word there, I'm going to give it, oh, you can't see that, can you? Let's see, is that better? There we go. My thing is too long. Sorry about that. When I pulled it off, I just realized in the preview here you couldn't see it. All right, and I'm gonna fuzz my sunshine, and at the same time I'm gonna fuzz my extra part of my sunflower, and that's the second color we're gonna do. I could not decide which colors would be best. I have to say, I really love yellow sunshine, yellow sunflowers, but I also really love the deep red ones that have some of the brown. And then, of course, I have the ones in the black in the middle. There are so many options. And thankfully, we have 29 chalk paste colors to choose from. So, all right. I'm going to give this flower one more fuzzing here. So I'm going to pull it off one more time. You can see me on the side here doing my fuzzing. And pull that off. Excellent. All right. Now, to line it up, let's see if we can get it just right. Always helps if you got it right side. So what we're doing is we're actually looking to cover all that yellow that we already did. Pretty simple. Lined up really nicely. That doesn't always happen, but this one was perfect. All right, and here we go. We've got our next color here. School bus yellow, as I said, very similar to our marigold. Marigold's beautiful. I'm gonna love this, I think, color here on top. All right, I just usually dab a bit on there to make things easy, and then this time we want to cover the entire surface. By the way, if you find that when you get chalk paste and it's a little thick, don't worry, you can easily add water to it and thin it down so that you can get it to the right consistency to make smoothing really easy. Got a lot of extra here. Got a little carried away. No worries, as I said though. So we just want to squeegee off all that extra, put it back into the jar because we can use it again for another day, another project. And here comes the reveal. Are we ready? Let's see. Let's see. I'm a girl with no nails. Someday I'll have nice nails, but not today. Look at that. Beautiful. There we go. I'm gonna put that in here in my water bath as well. Oh, I just love this one. And then we're gonna put our sunshine word here. Now, if you're looking really closely, you can probably see that there is a little bit of the yellow that got pulled up. You can actually use the technique that I showed you last week on my live, which was just taking a paintbrush with a little bit of water and mixing it in, and then just fill in those spots that got pulled up. You can definitely do that. That's probably the easiest way to handle it. But remember, you don't want your projects to be so super perfect that they look like they were manufactured. I mean, one of the great things about this is something that's you've made, and you want it to reflect, you know, handmade work. So, but it is beautiful, and just think about all the different colors here that we could use with that. All right, excellent. All right, let's see. I think I have to be a little careful here putting down my sunshine, just because my yellow is probably not dry yet. So you know what? Let's not rush things. Since we're here, we might as well give it a chance to dry nice. That feels pretty good. All right, I think we're ready for the sunshine. We're ready for the sunshine. We've had lots of sunshine. I hope all of you are staying cool in this crazy weather we've been having here. All right, you are my sunshine. And I see the bottom of the U, the Y is right there. And it looks like this is just going to fit. Luck is shining down on me. And little dabble do ya. Get out my little squeegee. I think I already washed my white ones, so it's always good to have a few extra squeegees on hand. And that is all she wrote. I'm just gonna squeegee up this excess, and we'll do a reveal. And that is as easy as it is. All right, throw that baby in there. And there we go. There you go. You are my sunshine. And that's it. So easy, so fun. Turn it around here so you can see the finished product. There you go. So Allie, if you want this to be permanent, what you can do is you can spray it. There's like an acrylic spray that you can get, either matte or glossy. So definitely you can do that. We also do have inks that you could use, which are permanent when you heat set them. That would be good on fabrics, but probably not so much on a surface like this with glass. So there definitely are some options. But that is it. If you have any little mistakes, you can just take a little bit of a Q-tip and that will take care of it. I promised I would show you this project here that I just finished. So this is actually chalking right on burlap. So you can see, you definitely can do it. And again, this was using chalk instead of ink. And I really like how it came out. It's not going to brush off. So that's it. All right, everyone. Well, I hope you enjoyed the project and got a little inspiration on what you can do with Chalk Couture. Lots of fun things, lots of great surfaces. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. If you have some friends who you think might like to see these lives, please feel free to share it. I would love that very much. Help spread the word about how you can beautify the halls and walls of America with chalk. So take care, everybody. You guys have a wonderful night, and thanks for joining. Take care.